it had to top out before we saw any significant move down. And luckily, our range for that potential top was between 30 and 31,800, give or take. So now I think we've started to get a taste of what that top could really look like. Okay, time to share my screen. Okay, just everybody can see my screen. Now, this yellow zone was a potential top for BTC for very obvious reasons. This was our break point from our bullish market to the bearish market, and this was actually a confirmation point that we're now fully bearish. So if you noticed with all this movement, we actually consolidated here for what, roughly how many months? Last time we were here, May, June, a month plus, give or take, the last time before Bitcoin broke this range. That's how significant this price level is for BTC. So now we've actually hit that level again, and now, what should we be expecting? Now, clearly, I'm obviously bearish on this. If you notice on the RSI, we're already starting to notice sort of a bearish divergence already. So it's very possible. It's actually very possible that we're going to be coming down from here or somewhere close to this. Okay, so we already have that very divergence going for us. But still, this actually doesn't really confirm much since the candle hasn't closed yet. But regardless, even if we do still push up to 31.7, 31.8, it's still the same market conditions. It's still the same expectation. We're going to drop. Okay, clearly the RSI is already selling, but even if it doesn't now, it's still going to drop because the more we push up, the more our RSI enters overbought area, which is still a bearish sign. And unless by some magic we happen to break this $31,000 range, we're not going anywhere. Remember, breaking out of this zone is going to lead us up to 36, and basically it will break the circle of the bear market. I don't think we're ready for a bull market yet, considering the bear market, or rather the bull market usually precedes or succeeds Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving is sometime April 2024. So we're not ready for that yet. Yes, April or May 2024. So we still have at least a year to go before a year, let's say 18 months at least, before we start to think of a full proper bull market. So we're not ready yet. And if we do break out of this, it's most definitely going to be a fake out. So I'm not looking forward to a breakout of this level. Yes, and also I don't actually think Bitcoin has bottomed out, right? So I'm still looking within this 10 to $13,000 level for BTC eventually before the bull market or before the bear market runs out. So if you've been seeing predictions from me expecting $10 to $13,000 to invest in BTC and the rest of the crypto market, that's the reason why. So essentially, on a larger time frame, I'm expecting a drop from here all the way down here, which is what about a 60% drop in price for BTC from its current price today. It seems a little grim making this kind of prediction, but it's just market trends, right? We're just following what the market is giving us and making the most of it. So if we're going to follow market trends, this is likely going to happen. Okay, so it's best to expect it and prepare and be in the right position to make the most out of it. Okay, so that's for BTC. I believe the rest of the cryptocurrency market would likely follow the same exact trend. Alternate coins and what have you, they're all going to follow the same trend, and most likely will be hitting really, really, really new lows. If Bitcoin is going to drop 60%, you can be rest assured that, especially the new alternate coins in the market, when I mean new, anyone that came out within the last 3 years, that after Bitcoin halving, any coin that came out after the last Bitcoin halving, so within the last 2-3 years, is going to form a new all-time low, which is essentially what I've been waiting for to invest in in the cryptocurrency market. So these are going to make new lows. So take ICP now, for example. If we follow the same Bitcoin trend, which is another 60% from here, it's going to send it back to give or take $2-3, and so it's easy pickings, right? It's really, really cheap. So just prepare, make your analysis, fundamentals, so you know the right gems to pick up that would most likely serve you better in the bull market. Okay, same with ICP. ICP could very well retest as low as maybe $10, $5. Yeah, it's actually very possible. So it could do that. So you just prepare capital so you invest and make the most out of what the market is going to give us. All right, so switching to the Forex market, it's Wednesday, and it's usually that time where the market switches or flips trends. Okay, all right, let me check AVAX. Okay, so for AVAX, probably might not make an all-time low, but probably around $5 is very possible. Now, you see, the thing with BTC and alternate coins is this: if Bitcoin is going to drop 10%, you're rest assured that alternate coins are probably going to do 2-3 times that, right? So if Bitcoin is expecting a 60% drop, you'll be expecting probably 120%. I'm just using a hypothetical figure there. So you're going to be expecting probably a lot more than that from alternate coins, right? So it stands to reason that you'll be expecting a significantly higher chunk of loss from alternate coins, since people are going to pull out more capital from them, or they are not as liquid and as solid as BTC. So their price fluctuations usually is more, especially that's actually just even the reason why if we're investing, we tend to invest in alternate coins because they are more volatile. That volatility goes both ways, right? So if it's going to lose, it's going to lose bigger. If it's going to make money, it's going to make money bigger. So it flips both ways. So $5 for AVAX really isn't out of reach. It's actually very, very possible. Okay. All right. So coming back to the Forex market, we're almost in the same dilemma. Seems like we still have a little way to go to the top, but we're having a little problem breaking out of this zone. And if you look, we're seeing a significant depreciation in buy momentum on the RSI. So until we manage to break out of this circle of lower highs on the RSI, which is decreasing buy pressure. Okay, so once we see that flip in interest, we should see a push up to this point. That's probably about 70-80 pips, if not a little more. Yeah, okay, so 112 pips. Okay, so we should see stuff like that. Now, later today, we also have fundamentals around 1:30 p.m. Some high impact news that will potentially affect the market. They are most certainly to affect the market, so you can expect a little volatility from them later today. Okay, so we have CPI coming out at 1:30 p.m. Bailey speaks, and then so basically from 1:30 p.m. basically all of today actually we have for CAD, GBP, and USD. So there's going to be a lot from brackets in the market today, so trade carefully. And G20, they may have something meaningful that will push the market or not. Either way, just be on guard. Mostly, if you'd ask me, I'd say use the opportunity to stack up positions, especially at some key levels, and be a little flexible with your stop losses. Be a little flexible with your stop losses, because the tighter your stop losses, any wild volatility or movement in the market is almost certainly going to push you out. Okay, so be a little flexible and allow the market to do its thing. All right, so GBP USD tends to mirror Euro USD the majority of the time, but this looks like one of those times where it's doing something different. So if I were to guess, I'd say we should be pulling back a little bit, probably down here or all the way down here before we see a bullish market. I think likewise for Euro USD, although this prediction is based on a breakout, but it's still possible we could have a pullback before that happens. Remember, we are at a resistance, right? So we could actually almost certainly see a pullback before the market moves in its final direction, possibly from here, short term, for a small pullback at least. Yeah, we could see a pullback from here. So worst case, we see something like this. So if not, we could just buy the breakout of this zone at 1.0943. We can enter if it does break out, but if not, you can aim for this price level to re-enter the market after it pulls back. Our stop loss is actually tight here, so we have a very good risk to reward ratio on this trade, 1:543. So this is actually a very good one if we can find an entry down there. Okay. All right, GBP CHF looks like a pretty decent support. So I'm still expecting a little pullback for this market to bottom out before I go in. Yeah, just a little movement back down here before we push up. Let's not be greedy. Let's save our TP at this point. That still gives us a 1:3 probability here. So just take a buy from here. Should the market pull back? Let's see. All right. So GBP, JPY. Seems like I trade a lot of GBP pairs, right? Okay. This definitely is sell and has a very generous risk to reward ratio. Yep, very generous indeed. So this is a very simple 1:46 trade. Now this actually is due to the fact that we were entering at a very good price and basically at the peak of the resistance. Now, one additional thing to confirm is basically you see how those markets wicks are actually pulling back. It's giving us signs of a rejection from that price level, in addition to the fact that we have a pullback on the RSI and an exaggerated divergence. Okay, seems slightly tilted, but basically still from afar it looks like an exaggerated divergence. So we have a lower high or a higher high, and then we basically have the market rejecting off of the same level on the RSI. So that's an exaggerated divergence. So we'll definitely be having a pullback here. Very easy 273 pips trade. Right. So regardless of what risk management strategy you choose to use, you'd almost certainly find trades that match that sequence, right? So whether it's 1:1.5, 1:2, you just have to be patient enough, and you see analysis and you see trades and analysis that fits that those requirements that you're searching for to trade with. All right, guys, so this is what I have for you today. If you have any questions, you can just send them in the group or send it to me privately, whichever feels better for you. Either way, trade safely, make money, have a great week.